As one Halloween stuff expert said, this October was rocky. Mine just had so much stuff crammed into it. It's frankly amazing. This year I jumped onto a Halloween wagon rather early with a teaser special on Halloween air freshener put up as early as late August. I was still liking that special grand idea until I just decided to do what you're witnessing now. A big special on how Halloween is going on there in Ukraine, as it is an increasingly odd subject. We seemingly lack proper traditions, but we like to celebrate it anyhow. Let's begin with first Halloween candy of the season. It was a cheap, tongue-shaped gummy with some of the shoddiest vampire teeth ever. It gets to a point where if you're a filmmaker, that tongue-thin burnt will provide you with more useful special makeup appliances than these teeth will ever be. Overall, Halloween-specific food was rather scarce this year, so everything that is pumpkin goes in my case. I really like those pumpkin things, which are diet food, so naturally I pair it with the least appropriate toppings, like chocolate. Perhaps my favorite pumpkin food discovery this year is this Agusha quark / cottage cheese with pumpkin. It's a very small one. It's a very small portion since it's actually made for children, but I can't help but buy every single one whenever I see them. They actually have that unique taste, which is not very pumpkin-esque, but is very good in itself. Local supermarket chain came up with those two salads, both of which have pumpkin as their ingredient, but also loads of onions, and something always leaks from those. For some reason, you can't win. Finally, there is that one Halloween food which really sticks out, because it is really a Halloween food. It is actually a drink, a pumpkin juice to be exact, and look at this beast of a bottle. Just look at it. Says, by the way, Halloween begins. I honestly want to preserve that and use as a vase or something like that. Maybe some kind of Halloween junk display. Totally a collector's item, in my book.
10 days past since Halloween, 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 10 days past since Halloween, still hangover.
As we approach the time of Halloween shopping, as we all know, it's not about buying, more like going out and being inspired by decorations to make your own. Honestly, not much of that this year, but some small businesses, or even most of small businesses, tried and succeeded. One of my favorite coffee shops in Kiev put on a small jack-o'-lantern candle and an honest-to-goods candy bowl with free candy. That was actually quite awesome. A local grocery store across the road actually was above beyond this time, with huge balloon spiders, bats, jacks, webs, and some really puzzled ghosts. Most of those were, if not handmade, heavily modified, and I love when stuff like that happens. A rather large local chain of gift shops also burst into Halloween stuff with decorations, witch hats on mannequins, and even 2 real pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns. It also had a lot to offer in terms of costumes and stuff, but I was not buying much, because nothing was particularly amazing except for a pile of body parts, which I hope to modify as props for my feature film. Cashiers were puzzled when a figure in hat and coat approached with a pile of fingers, ears, hands, etc., plus a brown shoe polish, searched for a discount card of theirs for what felt like ages, and then asked whether it's okay to photograph the pumpkin, which it was, so here it is, pumpkin. I looked like a Halloween disguise myself, at the moment. Something like Freddy Krueger from Wes Craven's New Nightmare mixed with Dr. Loomis from Halloween. I should say that despite they had a lot of things going on, those small pumpkins are the best. Too bad they're not selling them, and same with the witch hats. Actually, that is the problem with lots of decorated shops. Have something appropriate for people to buy if you put so much effort into decorations. Jack-o'-lantern balloons will do, I guess. A chain of care and houseware products put up advertisements all over the place with a good-looking witch costume, but again had almost nothing thematically appropriate to offer. Nearby in the same trade center, one tech shop had all the lanterns and stuff, but most of my attention was caught with that poster, which uses the loose translation of trick or treat, which been poisoning perception of Halloween in post-Soviet countries for ages. Basically, it translates trick or treat as a much more gruesome treat or death. I don't like when that happens, might even be a leftover part of USSR anti-Western propaganda. To make everything seem much more violent in the West at the expense of true meanings. After returning home from that stress-relieving shopping spree, which occurred on 30 of October, I guess, I've made myself a Halloween mood window sill patterned after Matt Caracappa's invention, Halloween mood tables. It's eclectic, subjective, and chaotic reflection of how I perceive Halloween. Also, this pumpkin is my spirit animal, as I really want to sleep through most of the October and November and probably until 2019, but I really had to do some stuff. So that was supposed to be a Halloween special this year, but it became Halloween Hangover special because I was concentrating on making a proper Halloween special of the bucket instead. So I would really appreciate if you watch that as well. The link is in the description, so go for it.
10 days past since Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. 10 days past since Halloween. Still hangover.
Second ever Halloween hangover special.